How is your war on energy going? Like I've seen that I saw one tweet where you were measuring your base house energy consumption and you've got it under a certain amount of watts.
Yes.
How's it going? And what do you like? What's your method for fighting this war?
It's going well. Actually, today is December. We're recording December the 2nd. Is the 2nd today?
It is the 3rd now for me, but it would be the 2nd for you.
Yes, it's the 2nd for me, indeed. So yesterday was the 1st. So I got a report from my energy supplier about last month. And I'm actually pretty happy with what I achieved at this point. So last year, November month, I've used 609 kilowatt hours of electricity. This does not include heating, by the way. So this is purely electricity usage. So 609 kilowatt hours. And last month, I've used 289.
Wow.
That's more than half it.
Yeah, easily.
Yes, which that's cool. That's just cool. And my gas usage dropped way too, but it's so warm. Start of the winter here, so that's not fair to compare. But for electricity, I can. And the solar has been solar providing energy has been almost the same this month. So yeah, it's going well. It's mainly my base energy that I've been working on. So my base energy is basically, what if I go to bed and go to sleep and everything is off for my feeling? What am I still using at that point? That's what I consider my base energy level. Like that's energy you're using that you just like always use, right?
No, like if refrigerator on, your servers are on, running home system.
Yeah, access points, whatever, right? Your alarm system, things like that. So I'm currently at 120 watts for the whole house during the night, which was over 400 watts. So
wow,
that getting that down, that in long term, that's just a lot. And like the fact that I'm just using 300 like kilowatt hours less, like on a year basis, that's 3,500 kilowatt hours.
Yep.
If this continues like this, that's just a lot. Like not just for like the money. Sure, it will save me a lot of money, and energy is expensive right now here in the Netherlands. Like I pay 95 euro cents per kilowatt hour at this point. So that's like over 3,000 euro at this point, right? But even somebody said, yeah, but energy is so cheap here where I am. Like we pay 10 cents. Well, that's cool, but it's still 350 euros you could have saved yourself, right?
Absolutely.
So, but also for the environment, it's just less.
And that I think is a good end goal, right? Like we always talk about like smart home and reducing energy costs, but then I think that is the side effect of, being able to reduce our energy so much is that it also helps the environment. And we have a direct control over that.
Reduce your footprint.
Yeah.
I think the addition of water is a great example of that. Mm-hmm. While water, like especially here in the Netherlands, in many countries actually, it's free. In the Netherlands, is just super cheap. It's like almost not relevant. But still, being able to look at your water usage and do something about it, it's just better for the environment.
Yep.
But yes.
So what was your method for going around and reducing that? Like, was it just finding things and flicking them off at the PowerPoint? Did you have like maybe I should try one night with this turned off, and you're going around putting smart monitors on everything, trying to get a reading of what's actually high?
Yes, a lot. I do have one of those energy meters you can just get for a couple of bucks that just have a display and show how many watts something uses. And this one is calibrated, and well, it's just a simple thing. It's not smart. It has no Zigbee or Matter or whatever.
What's the point? Throw it away.
It's just a dumb device nobody in our community generally would use. But the nice thing about it is you can just plug something in and read exactly how much it's using. And just going around the house and just find everything that has a plug and plug it in and check what it does makes you like very aware of what something uses.
Was there something that you were surprised at how much energy was actually costing you? Like you thought, oh, this won't be much, but I'll plug it in, and then you actually seen, oh, it's actually that much.
Sonos, specifically.
Really interesting.
Yes. Sonos actually use a lot of energy in general. Like they're pretty low, but they're still like using like between 5 and 10 watts in standby, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
If you have some of them, like if you have like 5 of them, that adds up really quick.
I do. Wow. Okay. That's good to know.
And so, for example, our multimedia in their living room, like where the TV and the Sonos Play bar is and things like that, I've now put in like a little wall plug.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like that. It monitors my power, but it also like can turn it off.
Kill the power to the play bar when the TV's not on, right? Like it's not necessary.
Well, kill the TV itself too. Like it has standby power. And then you have like a receiver, which also draws a little bit. And they all like pretty efficient. But still, like the total adds up.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of places where I put in like power measuring where the measuring itself is interesting, but also costs power. Like, don't forget, every time you plug in one of those things, they will consume power too. And it's just 1 watt, but it's still, again, 1 watt. Well, it's 1.3 watts for the one I got. And the interesting thing about those were, if I actually turned them off, they consumed a watt less. And it's simply because it turns off the relay.
Of course.
So as long as it's powered on, it uses power to power the relay to keep open. And it's measuring the power itself, like the energy usage. And as soon as I turn it off, it will stop doing that. So one of the automations I have is like if the alarm gets armed, like all that stuff is not used. Like, I don't know, just kill them all. Yeah, why not? Like, just like don't monitor the power, whatever. Yeah. Like, it's not being used anyway. Kill the power. So these are little things. Like every time I try, at this point, I'm just in like, I want to get off another watt, just 1 watt. And it's just crazy actually. But yeah, that's where I'm right now. 121 watts for 128 watts for the whole house, including my Wi-Fi network still up, my switch is still up, my home assistant still running, my alarm system is a go. There's a little server running as well. And all refrigerators and stuff, everything is just like normal. And being able to reach that low base level, that helped me a lot, reducing energy, besides like turning off a light when you're not in a room, but getting the base level down.
And you can measure it, right? Like you've seen it on the electricity bill, and that's now turning into dollars in your pocket, thanks to on energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I'm still continuing. I'm not done yet. I feel like I need to get below the 100.
I was going to say, do you have a goal in mind? Like,
yeah. I don't want to like go crazy as well, right? Like, but I feel like I already passed that point maybe a bit, but still. But it's nice to see it becomes a challenge, and that's cool.
And then it becomes fun, cool, right? When you make it a challenge and you can make it fun, then it's a win-win for everything.
Yeah. But now I got these little twinkly things, so I probably will use a little bit more this Christmas, but that's okay.
That's okay. They'll go in a cupboard on January 1, so.
Right.
That's awesome. Well, it's definitely been an inspiration for me. I've started looking around at all my things that are plugged in and gone, oh, okay, it's probably got some phantom power there. Even like Philips Hue bulbs that are turned off, right? They've got the ZB radio.
Yes.
Powered on.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
It makes you think.
I have like I'm on camera. It's not much for a podcast to see, but if you look at like I got like a whole bunch of Philips Hue here in my ceiling, but in the wall switch is right there, and I put like there's a little Shelly behind it.
Nice.
And I use that Shelly for 2 reasons. One, if Home Assistant is not working and responding, the switch will not work because of the lights, and you don't want to make it an old-fashioned switch because it will then kill the power from my Philips Hue, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
That doesn't work with Zigbee. So what it does now is, as long as Home Assistant is connected, it will set forward the switch to Home Assistant and automate on it and toggle the lights.
Nice.
But if it loses the connection with Home Assistant and it detects that in ESP Home, it will actually toggle the relay. And the lights are configured to turn on when power on.
Yes. I think that's the standard Philips Hue behavior.
Yes, exactly. So how this now works is that as soon as I have an issue or my Home Assistant is down, the light switch will work as normal.
Nice.
But if Home Assistant is running, the light switch will be controlled, and the lights will be controlled by Home Assistant. But it also allows me to kill the power to all the Philips Hue bulbs in the
when
night.
you leave.
Yes.
And then I'm guessing when you return, you can have an automation, turn the relay back on, and turn those lights back off.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. And I have a home alarm system, so that's the state I'm using to determine if somebody's home or asleep or awake.
Yeah,